Hello, friends. In the previous part of my discussion, I talked about structuralism and semiotics. In this part of my discussion, I shall be talking about deconstructionist criticism, or what we know it as post-structuralism and deconstruction. Post-structuralism, which is synonymously used with deconstruction or postmodernism, is a kind of reaction to structuralism and works against seeing language as a stable, closed system. As we study in structuralism, that language is a kind of system which has a structure, and everything in language, especially the meaning in language, is understood in terms of binary opposition. We refer to the terms like signifier and signified. Post-structuralism is a shift from seeing the poem or novel as a closed entity. It is a shift from the belief that everything has a definite meaning. And it is the task of the critic to find this meaning in the text. It is a kind of shift from seeing literature as irreducibly pure. I'm sorry, it is a shift from seeing the poem as a text with a fixed meaning to seeing literature as irreducibly plural, an endless play of signifiers. Means it is a shift from structuralist thinking of finding a definite meaning in a text. It rather believes that literature has plurality of meaning. Literature is irreducibly plural. Literature is rather an endless play of signifiers, which can never be finally nailed down to a single center, a sense of meaning. Means there is no definite meaning in literature. That's what post-structuralists or deconstructionists thought. We need to understand it with reference to Jacques Derrida, who was the major figure in the field of post-structuralism, or who was the major deconstructionist. In his paper on structure, sign, and play, in the Discourse of the Human Science, which was delivered in 1966, Derrida talked about the multiplicity of meaning, the play of the endless play of signifiers. And this work proved particularly influential in the creation of post-structuralism. In this paper, Derrida argued against, in a sense, the notion of a knowable center, the Western ideal of logocentrism. Logocentrism means every word has its meaning, a definite meaning. It rather argued against this notion of a knowable center. There is no center as such. There is no central meaning as such. So the notion of knowable center, a structure that could organize the differential play of language, are thought but somehow remain immune to the same play. It depicts. He argued against this particular view, this view of the knowable center, the Western ideal of logocentrism. So it is criticism or its critique of structuralism also gave a way, paved a way for deconstructionism. It was the beginning of deconstructionism. Uh, so, like the post-structuralism, deconstruction critics the notion of origin built into structuralism. So, deconstruction, particularly talked by Derrida, has often come to be interpreted as anything goes, since nothing has any real meaning or truth. Of course, this is the negative perception. Derrida, like other post-structuralists, asks for rigor, means a type of interpretation that is constantly and ruthlessly self-conscious and on guard. It argues, deconstructionism argues that there is no single meaning of any word, so there cannot be a single meaning of a text as well. We cannot have a single meaning of a word, according to deconstructionists. So there cannot be a single meaning of a text as well. Every text has multiple valid meanings because the reader may interpret the words differently than the writer intended them. The reader may come up with different meaning of the same text. It is deconstructionism emphasizes the breakdown of any meaning within a text because of the variety of different readers. Literary criticism is about the construction of a larger meaning from a text, whereas deconstructionism emphasizes the breakdown of any meaning within a text because there can be a variety of readers. So deconstructionism is the idea that because there is no concrete meaning of anything, there is no single truth applicable to all human beings. Hence, everything is relative. So what is good for me may not be good for you. What is good for Indians may not be good for the people from other country. What is good for Asians may not be good for Europeans. For example, eating with hands is very common in our culture, but from the European perspective, it is a very bad habit. So this is how we can understand meaning in terms of relativity. Apart from Jacques Derrida, other key post-structuralist and deconstructive figures include Michel Foucault, Roland Barthes, Jean Baudrillard, then Helen Sixel, Paul D. Mann, and then J. Hills Miller, Jack Lacan, and Barbara Johnson. Now let's try to understand some of the key terms with reference to post-structuralism.